On Osrc News at 7, Governor Aiyedatiwa pledges to sustain LCDA's creation for grassroots development. Osrc spotlights development on Okiodo Road projects as residents urge contractors to return to site. African Development Bank warns of internal conflict as Nigeria, others face rising costs of foods. And from the foreign scene, man shoots 12 relatives dead in Iran. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on OSRC television. I am Oyewumi Ayinibara. The present administration in the state has spent about 2 billion to reposition basic education subsector in the state. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who received in audience board members of the State University Basic Education Board, SUBEB, at his office in Akure, said his administration will sustain and improve every effort at promoting this sector. The governor said the importance of basic education to the overall development of the state cannot be quantified. Government House correspondent Wahab Ankoli completes the story.
The board members of the Indo Basic Education SUBEB were led by Governor Nakura Olabintan to meet minds with key advanced education sector in the Olabintan, who commended Governor Aiyedatiwa for his dedication to promote the sector, said happened by the present administration to the sector last 7 years.
Through the basic education subsector is free for everything. We provide, including local and even materials that is
Labinton, who congratulated Aiyedatiwa on his elevation as governor, also highlighted some challenges facing the business subsector, including lands, legal functional vehicles to use of at need to integrate some mainstream service inadequate offices at local government level to increase grants. According to him, there is need to recruit about 2,000 teachers to fill various vacancies across the state. He commiserated with the governor and people of the state following the passing of former governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, who thanked them for the visit while eulogizing his late boss, says the present administration will not relent efforts at promoting the sector.
The chairman mentioned that about 22 billion have been spent on basic education in Ondo State. That means the state has also contributed so much in supporting basic education. And we have intervened in almost 900 schools and turned their situations around because we believe that basic education is very key, very important. You know, at that young age, we need to impact our people with the right education.
The governor affirmed government's readiness to solve challenges facing the board and the sector.
Teachers recruitment. In fact, the statistics you rolled out now that we employ 1,200 in 2021 actually was the one that the governor asked to do the inauguration at the time, and that about 1,000 has also left since then. That means we have just 200 left. That was, it's a revelation to me. And that means something has to be done really quick. Something has to be done. And you have suggested that 2,000 be recruited this year and 500 in the subsequent years. We will look into all of that. That will help us to plan our budget in the subsequent years.
Aiyedatiwa promised total implementation of the 2024 budget proposal for overall development of the state. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
The Ondo State House of Assembly has assured has
100 include the by presented used the opportunity to solicit help from appropriate authorities.
ìjọba mọkàn ọbẹ̀ kan ràn mí lọ́wọ́ èmi nìkan nínú ilé mẹ́láyà ẹ̀sẹ̀ ọ̀nì kùmọ́ ní.
Ó fi atẹ́gùn gan ó lágbára púpọ̀ lórí pé gbogbo àwọn pan àti ti church àti ti mission ló ṣe. Àrò tá a pa sí ìjọba ni pé kán ràn wá lọ́wọ́ lórúkọ Jésù á dẹ̀ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́.
At Ogbolu's palace, the speaker Olamide Oladiji attested to the unforeseeable nature of natural disasters and sympathized with the community, encouraging residents to plant more trees to mitigate the impact of storms, adding that as an arm of government, the House will make due recommendations for provision of necessary assistance to the victims.
What we have witnessed today is even beyond the power of the state government. And I also want to use this opportunity to appeal to the NEMA too, the one that is at the federal level, that they should please come to the
representing the constituency, Kolawole Ologede, assured affected residents of his support.
The intervention from the state government and the federal will soon be reached out to Akure North. I can assure my constituency that they should be rest assured that very soon things will be done.
The Ogbolu of Ita Ogbolu, Oba Idowu Faborode, described the disaster as unfortunate, expressing gratitude for prompt response by the lawmakers. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
There are clear indications that the organized labor is prepared to lower its demand for 1 million naira minimum wage for workers in the country in line with realities on the ground. The shift's imposition will likely be communicated to the federal government during the second meeting on the minimum wage on Monday and Tuesday. It was gathered that the meeting would enhance deliberations between all parties involved in negotiations to allow for the announcement of a new minimum wage on or before April 1, following the expiration of the current 30,000 naira minimum wage as provided by the law. President Bola Tinubu, through his deputy Kashim Shettima, and on January 30, 2024, inaugurated a 37-member panel on the new minimum wage, with its membership cutting across the federal and state governments, the private sector, and organized labor. In its opening address at the inauguration, said the submission of the report is crucial to ensuring the emergence of a new minimum wage. The federal government says student loan will be disbursed directly to the institution. applicants to avoid diversion. The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Akin Sawyer, said this during a meeting with the Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, Chris Mayaki, in Abuja. Sawyer, in a statement, also noted that individuals who obtain the loans will be made to repay their loans 2 years after completion of mandatory National Youth Service Corps. According to a transcript of the meeting in Abuja, Sawyer said that the sources of the funding included 1% of all profits occurring to the federal government from oil and other minerals, 1% of taxes, levies and duties accruing from the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Immigration Nigerian Service, Nigeria Customs Service, Education Board, and Education Endowment Fund schemes. He also stated that the education loan would also be funded through donations, gifts, endowments, and renew occurring from all other sources. And also, the federal government has announced that teachers and lecturers of various institutions of learning across the country are now required to sign the Prevention of Sexual Exploitation and Abuse Code of Conduct form. The action is part of measures to check the alarming rate of sexual-related violence in learning institutions across the country. According to the standard operating procedure for the prosecution of perpetrators of school-related gender-based cases in Nigeria, recently launched by the Federal Ministry of Justice and Education, it is prohibited for teachers to engage in sexual relationships with direct beneficiaries between 18 and 24. Teachers are also barred from holding, hugging, or touching students, learners in an inappropriate or culturally intensive way. The government also directed learning institutions to create a procedure for recruitment or recruiting tier staff members that can detect and other perpetrators of sexual offences against student learners. And still in education, students from no fewer than 155 institutions may be barred from processing direct entry owing to failed verification from their certificate awarding institutions. The registration for direct entry examinations was gathered is set to commence on February 28, 2024. In February 2023, JAM issued an advisory to guard candidates seeking to gain admission through direct entry in the 2023-2024 academic session. According to JAM, the advisory was basically to address the issue of candidates using unacceptable or forged A-level certificate qualifications to gain admission. Recently, JAM advised the candidates to contact their former institutions as soon as possible to have their certificate verified, stressing that it would not accept students with unverified certificates. JAM also stated that it had written to all tertiary institutions that issued certificates and that a substantial number of them had answered positively, but others had not. You're still watching Osrc News at 7 after the break. African Development Bank warns of internal conflict as Nigeria, others face rising costs of foods. Please join us shortly. Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to us. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa says the present administration is committed to existing local council development areas in the state and has no plan to abolish it. Governor Aiyedatiwa, during a meeting with the dissolved members of the 18 local government areas and 33 LCDAs in Akure, said he has no plan to erase the legacy of his late boss. The governor said efforts are being intensified to resolve the court case instituted by the opposition party, which altered the operations of the dissolved council leaders, with a promise that necessary corrections will be made to imbalance in their nomination and composition. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole has the detail.
The Koko Conference Hall of the Governor's Office in Akure hosted former elected and appointed leaders of the 18 local government areas and 33 local council development areas who visited. Said the tone for the meeting.
I know is not to address you as your governor and as a party man. Because this is our party and it's our government.
Who reaffirmed his dedication to the existing local council development areas, said his administration does not have plans to abolish it. Aiyedatiwa, who restated his passion to sustain the legacy of his late boss, said the court case instituted by the opposition party halted the operations of the dissolved council leaders, stressing that efforts are in top gear to put an end to the crisis.
Government is a continuum. What my late principal, the late governor of Ondo State, did, I cannot undo it. Not that I cannot, I won't. I decided to talk to you to erase that erroneous belief that because in some quarters I was hearing, from grapevine that it is the governor that has stopped you from resuming as caretaker chairman at various LCD and local government. I don't know how many people have that thought among you. I'm here to let you know that I have never been involved at all.
He said government is determined to correct the imbalance in the nomination and composition to give equal opportunity to every stakeholder. The governor restated his passion to promote grassroots development of the state through the local government administration.
LCD has come to stay. And it has to be manned by some kind of committee. Because caretaker committee is not a known name anymore in local government administration based on certain rules and judgments. But in our law in Ondo State, we have what we call transition committee. And that's where we are going to go to. Some people from one single word, 2 people, 3 persons were nominated and left the other words. All of these have to be corrected. We are in the process of making all of those adjustments.
He stressed the need for party members to support the government in power to enhance overall development of the state while making life more better for the people. Aiyedatiwa urged unity of purpose among party members, noting that there is no crisis in the party. Responding, some members of the party from the 3 senatorial districts thanked the governor for his commitment to growing the party and correct perceived imbalances while pledging their support for his administration. They expressed happiness over the opportunity to meet minds with the governor to clear the air on some insinuations during the rounds. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Residents and commuters at Okiodu area of Akure have called on the contractor handling their road projects to return to site, in line with the directive of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Governor Aiyedatiwa has ordered contractors to return to sites for the completion of all ongoing projects in the state, but the residents say no action has been taken by the contractor handling the Okeodo section of the road project. OSRC Said Aribisula reports that while work has since resumed across different construction sites in line with the governor's order, the agony of commuters in Okeodo Road appears unending. The report is presented from our studio.
Go back to site was the order issued by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa in a bid to accelerate the construction of ongoing road projects and revive those which work had stopped. To further give impetus to his order, Governor Aiyedatiwa thereafter visited some project sites in the state to check compliance and evaluate state of work done. While construction has since resumed on different road projects, residents of Okeodo and commuters along the route are lamenting the failure of contractors to return to site.
The dust, everything is spoiling our vehicle, is causing a lot of havocs. And as a matter of fact, there's not even light in the community. As I speak with you, there's no light in this vicinity. So if they can look into all those things and then take the necessary measures to make everything come to fruition, we appreciate that.
The road project, which spans from Roadblock to Orita Obele and Okeodo, was divided into phases, with the Orita Obele to Okeodo section staying uncompleted. The situation comes with attendant challenges such as negative effect on health of the people.
It was being constructed from some certain place and it stopped at OSRC there. But from OSRC to this place, it's not been coming forth, and the dust is really something else that has been affecting us. You can see our business is here. You know, there are a lot of things we need to achieve that we could not achieve, all because of the bad road. So I want to plead the government, if they can help us to facilitate it and put things in place.
As it is last year, they have abandoned the road, so that we can't do anything. No road that leads to Okeodo, the road is very bad. The road is not good, and we are pleading to our government to help us find solutions to it.
Since 7 years now, the road have not completed. Even God, we are not happy.
While the residents and commuters of Okeodo remain expectant of the return of contractor handling the project, residents of Arije Akiniyi community in the Shibi axis of Akure, the state capital, are also calling for a quick intervention of government to prevent the area from being cut off. This is as a result of the effect of gully erosion threatening the collapse of a bridge in the area.
This road is the one that links other communities. We have up to about 5 communities up to Orita Obele here. This is the common road that we are having here. And if this road happens to be collapsed, we will be totally cut off from the city. Just collapse because of erosion.
Upon assumption of office as the state headsman, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa assured the people of Ondo State that his administration will complete all ongoing projects started by its predecessor to enhance the living condition of residents.
Ondo State Police Command has confirmed that no fewer than 4 persons lost their lives and 10 people were injured in a motor accident that occurred in the step-down area of Ore Ojigbo local government area of Ondo State on Friday. It was gathered that the lone accident involved a luxury bus with number plate KSF 93YG. The driver was said to have lost control of the vehicle, causing the crash. Speaking on the issue on Saturday, today, the State Police Public Relations Officer, Mrs. Fumilayo Odulani, said passengers of the vehicle were rushed to the hospital by the men of the Ondo Police Command. According to her, the vehicle left Port Harcourt for Lagos, and on getting to the step-down area of Ore, it lost control and entered a ditch, which led to the accident. The statement therefore advised the public to check on their loved ones who left for Lagos from Port Harcourt with Chisco Transport on the above mentioned date. The Obafemi Awolowo University Alumni Association has held a night of tribute for former governor of the state, late Arakuni Oluwarutimi Akeredolu. The former Ondo State husband was a student leader in the then University of Ife and rose to become the vice president of the student union government. The OA Unite tribute is organized by the Alumni Association of Obafemi Awolowo University in honor of former Ondo State Governor, late Oluwarutimi Akeredolu. The African Development Bank (AFDB) has raised an alarm of the rising prices of fuel and other commodities could lead to social unrest in Nigeria, Ethiopia, Angola, and Kenya. The AFDB sounded the warning in its macroeconomic performance and outlook for 2024, in which it projected Africa's economy